Hey friends, welcome back to my art studio in Crystal Falls, Michigan. If you're new here, my name is Melanie and I'm the artist behind my illustration business called The Swimming Owl. I thought it would be kind of fun to show you everything I got up to in the month of April as a full-time artist. There was so much going on and there's a lot to talk about, a lot that I created and released in this month. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a peek at everything I got up to. So every week and every day is truly unique, and I don't have an exact schedule, but I tend to follow a similar formula for the day or the week just to keep myself somewhat organized. So if and when I do have online shop orders, I fill those first in my home studio before going to my space in town, which is more of both a gift shop and my painting studio. I fill orders at home because that is where all of my stock and packaging materials are. I don't have room to store those in my shop in town, so that gets done at home. So that is orders from both my Etsy shop, my own website shop, and then also fair wholesale orders. And I did have a couple of really nice wholesale orders, and that's always a very good thing to keep the business afloat during slow season. So here we are after fulfilling orders, then I get to come into my shop, and the first thing we do is we open the doors, turn on the lights, and start getting set up for the day. April is still absolutely slow season here in Crystal Falls, so it gives me more time to work on all kinds of projects when there are basically no people coming into my shop, but it's still good to stay in the habit of coming in, showing up, and being here in case somebody is coming and looking for me. So the first thing I do, like I said, I opened up those doors and then I have to set up my sales stand. I like to start playing some really nice music that I enjoy and inspires me. And then of course I also have to make a tea. That's one of the very first things I do is I set up that little kettle over in the corner and I make my chai in the morning. And then I head over to my work table, which is back here in this corner. So this is kind of the view that I see most of the day. This is where I both paint and do a little bit of computer work when I absolutely have to. It is not my favorite thing to do in here, but like I said, it's very quiet right now, so I can do some stuff from this space when needed. And what I did need to do is I needed to make some new signs for some of the new products in my shop and also just make a few areas a little more clear on what things were and what the prices were. So I did that in Canva, and then I hopped over to my website to send a newsletter because this month was very, very exciting because I launched a brand new coloring book called Seasons of Whimsy. You saw in the very beginning that I was prepping and signing those books. So this month is when it actually launched, April, I should say, when I was filming this video. So I had to send out a newsletter to all of my Owl Post members. They're my VIP club. They get all kinds of fun news from me and discounts and things. So this was the email I crafted for them when Seasons of Whimsy launched, that book right there. So even though a super big chunk of my month was spent marketing that new book and then getting the book in the mail and taking photos of the book and creating listings and all of that that leads up to a book launch, I also managed to squeeze in a ton of painting. As I was actually not patiently, waiting for spring, I dreamed up this series of paintings that I really wanted to do called The Birds, Bees, and Butterflies, and I created 4 unique pieces that made me so happy. They still make me very happy to look at them. And so what I did was all 4 they're slightly different sizes, but they do all have coneflower or echinacea, and then I put a different bird, butterfly, or couple of bees on each one. So I created sources for myself on my iPad using a bunch of I Frankensteined a bunch of sources together from places like Unsplash, where you can get royalty-free images, and I created 4 really beautiful sources. So that's what you see me looking back and forth at. I'm looking at the plan I made on my iPad for this painting. And so this one that I'm working on here is kind of the most unique one in that the background is this kind of really fun teal color, and it really made this one pop. This was the first one that I made, and after I made it, I was like, okay, I gotta keep going. This is working out. I'm really excited. So here is how that one turned out. That one's a crowd pleaser because of that blue background. And then this one I forgot to film while I was creating because I just really got in the flow. But you're gonna see me paint the edges. Lately I've been painting the edges of all my paintings with a gold color. It makes me really happy. Feels like it kind of adds a glow around the edge. But this one has an adorable wren on it. So this one might be my favorite just because I love a little wren. They're song is just so gorgeous, and they constantly nest in my yard, so I'm partial to the wren. Then the next one was a chickadee with some bees, so I called it 3 bees and a chickadee just because that's adorable. So I am prepping that chickadee painting here, and so the way that I love to work now is I create really messy backgrounds with acrylic paint. You can see I am really making a mess here. And I let myself go pretty crazy. I add tons of color. I tend to do a lot of drippy work and splatters and lots of water and just make it really fun and expressive. And then a lot of that ends up kind of getting covered up, but it gives a really fun background and it gets me out of that perfectionist zone. And here I'm prepping one more canvas. This one is for my hummingbird painting. So since I was working in a series, I kind of prepped 2 canvases at a time, which helped me, felt like I was saving a little bit of time too and getting some of that background work done. But anyway, once I get that initial messy acrylic layer down, I will generally then put in a little bit of acrylic work on the subject matter, and then I switch over to oils to finish it all off because I really love the depth that the oils can bring to it. Even though it slows things way down, which is hard for me as an impatient artist, but the effect is so worth it. So that tends to be my process. I've switched things up just a little bit lately, and you're gonna see a peek into that at the end of this video with the brand new painting that I was working on. And if you would like to see how that one turns out, stick around because I will make a whole video about that one as well. But for the most part, we start with acrylics and then end with oils. At the end, I'll tell you what the new thing I've added in is. So here at this point, I am working in oils on this painting. You can kind of tell by how buttery the paint is looking. And here is how that little chickadee turned out. This one has such a nice soft feeling to it. And here are the 3 all together without the hummingbird just yet. But these 3 together just look so hopeful, so springy. It's an awakening, and I really felt like I summoned spring. So another little surprise this month was I learned how to make some earrings. My mother-in-law showed me her technique because she was ready to kind of be done with something she's been working on for years. So she taught me how to make these Karen earrings, which go perfectly with a lot of my artwork. Clearly, I paint and draw Karens a lot. So now I offer these Karen earrings in my studio here in Crystal Falls. Maybe eventually they'll be in my online shop, but for now they're an in-person thing. If you'd like to see them online though, let me know and maybe I will go through that process of getting them listed and figuring out the shipping. But once we had those earrings made, then I had to make a whole new table that really just felt right. So this table is now really dedicated to rock stacks or cairns, and I just love it. This table makes me so happy now, and I'm really proud of the mossy carpet underneath the glass bowl that you may or may not have seen under the earrings. I think that turned out so cute. So the other thing, as I had already mentioned in the beginning, when these new coloring books arrived in the mail, I spent some time in my studio signing tons of books to get ready for launch day. So these will be both available in my physical shop, and then I also needed to sign some for online orders that would come in after the book released. So I spent a day taking care of these brand new books and writing happy little messages inside to my customers and getting super excited about this book launch because it's always a big deal to put a whole new book out into the world. So that book came out on April 22nd, and already I have seen some absolutely gorgeous images that people have colored and shared on social media, and I'm so excited and so thankful that you guys shared those with me. I'm kind of hoping to round up some of those pages from customers and showcase them in a future color along video inside Seasons of Whimsy. If you are a customer that has colored inside this book and you would be interested in having your finished artwork shared in a video, let me know. I would absolutely love to feature you and your beautiful work because it's a really fun way to keep the excitement going inside this brand new book. So I have another color along planned soon of one of the spring truck pages, and if you would like one of your coloring pages showcased from inside Seasons of Whimsy, of course, in that video, let me know. I think that could be a fun thing to do going forward too. Signing all of these books was one of the very last things I had to do leading up to the launch, and so at that point, I got to get back to painting, which was so good for my soul. So this is the final painting so far anyway, in the Birds, Bees, and Butterfly series, and this one has bees and a hummingbird. This one is a little bit of a different one because it's a longer shape, so it's tall and skinny instead of more of a rectangular, or more of a normal rectangle, I should say. This one is, I think it's 12 by 24, so she's taller, which just felt like a lot of fun to switch up the size. I really like painting on different, not your typical canvas shapes. I like painting on ovals and really tall ones. But again, this one is coneflower again, and I think there are 3 bees. Yes, 3 bees and the hummingbird on this one. And this one did have a little bit of a moodier background, which was a lot of fun. At this point, I am working in oil, but the background was acrylic. And I did do a little bit of my new technique on this one, which was using a little bit of modeling paste. So I've been experimenting with putting a little bit of modeling paste down first on my canvas to get some really nice texture. This brush right here, amazing. I believe it's actually meant to do fur because it has the bristles on the end are like spread out and really thin. But to make those tops of the coneflower, this brush is absolutely perfect for it, and I was so stoked when I figured that out. So I just dipped it into my nice, really bright yellow ochre color and put that on the top, and just instant magic. I enjoyed myself so much while working on this series, and I just kept finding myself in that flow. Can you tell how happy I am? So here is how that one turned out. It's like 95% finished in this little picture and video. The only thing I had left to do is add a little bit of gold. Here is a painting I am so excited to show you in the future. This is the last one that I started in April but didn't finish it. So this will be shown in a future video. So if you want to see how this one turned out, stick around and subscribe. But this one is a pond with lily pads and ducks and a little frog. And this one is making my heart so happy too. It feels like just a moment of peace, and I'm excited to show you soon. But until then, happy creating, my friends. Thank you for being here with me.